Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. So I am not on camera because today we're going to be doing another collection video. Yes, last time we did highlighters and now we're moving on to another favorite thing of mine, which is eyeshadow palettes. So I'm not counting my Z palette or the few face palettes that I do have, just sticking to traditional eyeshadow palettes. I love these kinds of videos because you get to see what different people gravitate towards and what people think of palettes. And if you have any questions about any of these palettes because you're considering getting them, or if you ever want to see swatches of something on Instagram, just leave those kind of things in the comments. So we're starting with the OG Chocolate Bar by Too Faced. I love this palette. I love the color scheme, and I got it as a Valentine's Day gift from my mom, and I'm obsessed with it. It smells great, it has great colors. I used it a lot this past winter, and then because of the summer I kind of took a break from it. So I think in October I'm going to put it in my use it don't lose it so I can get some more good use out of this palette. And there's the outside. So my next Too Faced palette is dun, 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 the Peach palette. Now I need to be honest with you guys. I am not as crazy about this thing as most people are. I like it, and the mattes are really, really nice. But if you know me well enough, you will know that I love a very gorgeous lid, like a shiny, glittery, metallic, whatever. Like I like my lid to shine. And for some reason, the shimmers in this are not as good as my chocolate bar. So I was late to the game on this one, so maybe people who got the OG Peach palettes got a better batch, but yeah, I'm just not that impressed with the shimmers. But it is really pretty, and I do want to get more use out of it, so I think I'm going to put it in my September use it, don't lose it. This way I can kind of use a lot of the matte shades and get good use out of this palette, because I'm trying to get good use out of all my things. The outside is adorable. They always do good with packaging. That's where Too Faced never ever fails. So now we have the Peanut Butter and Honey palette, which, oh my, this little thing was like so controversial when it came out. Differing opinions. I was one of the people who did really like it, but when I first got it, I did not have that many palettes yet, so it having the yellow color honey buns was kind of very interesting and impressive to me. But now that my collection has grown and kind of grew too fast at one point, I have a lot of yellows, and people are starting to even put yellow in fall palettes, which is awesome. So this kind of isn't that unique anymore, and I don't reach for it that much. So part of me is thinking about decluttering it, even though it is really good quality. So I'll let you know what I decide to do in the future. And then it has the little smiling piece of toast on the front. So we will move on to Urban Decay. So my first Urban Decay palette is the Ultimate Naked Basics. Now this is what started it all. I got this for Christmas last year. I was just starting my YouTube channel and getting into makeup after a few years of being sick and not wearing makeup. And I got this from Santa and I loved it. I used it a lot when I first got it, but I haven't been using it that much lately. I think it is because it's a little more fall colored. So this will definitely be something that I will get good use out of in the fall, and I'll probably put it in some kind of use it, don't lose it, somewhere between September and November. So my next Too Faced palette is the JeanMichel Basquiat palette. Hopefully I said that right. It's always a challenge. So now this palette is shaped like this, which is a little bit different. And I really like these colors. They're just gorgeous colors. I haven't used it too much yet because they put it on sale in the spring, but the colors are more fall-like to me, so I only used it a few times. But I really like the looks that I did do with it so far, and you'll see me using it more in the fall. This was a limited edition collection. I'm not sure if you can still get it or not. Usually I know that kind of stuff, but for some reason my brain can't remember. So if you are really into it, you can jump on the Too Faced site or Ulta and see if it's still there. Part of me feels like you can't get it anymore, but I could be wrong. So my final Urban Decay palette is one of their Nocturnal shadow boxes. I know they've had more than one of these, but they don't really differentiate with the name. I really like this palette. It's tiny, but it has some cool colors. It has like a duochrome color that's kind of like green and like a burgundy. I really like that color. And again, I use this a lot in the winter, and I think you're going to see me using it again as we go into fall and winter. As far as Urban Decay goes, though, I just wanted to say this real quick. Since I got into makeup later than some other people, I don't have any of the other naked palettes besides the Ultimate, and I kind of don't have the desire. Like, I did at first, but yeah, I just got into other things, and then the heat didn't interest me that much. So unless they come out with a really cool theme, then I think I would get it, but I don't see myself buying any of the older ones anytime soon. So next, I will jump into one of my favorite people. Here is my Kat Von D Pastel Goth palette. I love this. I almost didn't get it because of the reviews, but I'm so glad that I thought for myself. Always think for yourself, guys. If you like something, don't let other people bring you down. Just order it off of someplace it's easy to return, like Ulta. Well, not Ulta for Kat Von D, but in general. Or Sephora. And try it out for yourself. You can always return it if you don't like it. This palette is beautiful. I've been getting a lot of use out of it lately. It's part of my current Use It, Don't Lose It, and I love this. I wear it alone now and then, but mostly I use it in my crease and as a transition color, and then I'll put a Colourpop shadow on the lid. And the packaging, of course, is everything. Just look at that. I mean, come on. I love how she does everything by hand. So next we have the Shade and Light palette, which this was one of my birthday presents this year. Oh my gosh, I love this thing. Even though I'm mostly like a shimmery lid, if I do an all matte look, it's typically from this palette. It's just so, I don't know, it's very buttery. And just, even though it's basic colors, it really, you can do cool things to make your eyes look wider. So I love it. I also have the glimmer version, but I forgot it downstairs. So yeah, but a lot of people have seen that one since it is new. But the OG has an awesome place in my heart. Then the other Kat Von D palette that I have, I wish I had more. I wish I got into makeup a little sooner and didn't miss so many things. But I did pick up Serpentina when it got brought back recently by Sephora. Sephora does these crazy things where they'll randomly bring back old Kat Von D items without warning. They don't advertise it. You kind of just got to be digging around. So I was lucky enough to grab this. I was so sad when I missed the Metal Matte palette. Like, I literally cried. It was the one day I decided to, like, unplug from technology. But this is beautiful. I love the orange and the blue and the green, those jewel tones. I've used this a couple of times, but once fall comes, I'm going to be all over this. Fall and winter, this is an awesome palette for that. Very pigmented and gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And again, epic, epic packaging. All right, ow, what should we, I hurt my finger. Let's see, we'll do Morphe, and then I'll start going into stuff I only have two of from a brand or one. So this is the Morphe 35U, very colorful. Let's see if we could even fit it in here. Not that many people have this one. A lot of people go for the 35O, but I just wanted like to have a palette that has lots of different bright colors. So if I want to do a different look, I have those colors available. And I think the Morphe shimmers are awesome. I really like them. I know not everyone likes Morphe, but I love the shimmers. They're really pigmented and can give you an awesome eye look. These palettes, the big ones, are only $22.50, and you can get them cheaper using codes that like people like Jaclyn Hill and Manny MUA have codes. And then sometimes you can even get them on Haute Look and save tons of money. So the other big Morphe palette that I have is, let's see, 35F, which this is sort of popular. I really like it. It has like just these very beautiful fall-like colors, fall and winter. I really did some really great looks with this. I haven't used it in a while, but I will be using it again once September comes, and oh my gosh, it's just really pretty in my opinion and underrated. I mean, the 35O is nice, but it isn't everything. Their other palettes are pretty too. So the final Morphe palette I have is actually the first one that I ever got, and it was this is the Kathleenlights palette. Oh my gosh, I love this palette. This green is everything, like absolutely everything. It is so, oh my god, so pretty on the eye. And then I love this like matte burgundy shade. I love that shade. I love that shade. I just love this palette. I know it's like very tiny. It doesn't have a mirror, but there's something about the formula and the colors that I just really, really like. So we'll go on to Anastasia Beverly Hills. So of course you see me using this all the time, posting it on Instagram because it's in my use it, don't lose it. Right now, it's the modern renaissance. There's not much to say. Everybody has this palette in the whole world. Everyone talks about this palette. I've yet to find a person that really doesn't like it. I have some dips going in these two colors, which I'm happy about. So yeah, it's an awesome palette. And then on the other hand, we have its so-called sister, the Subculture palette, which, oh my god, has been so controversial. So far, I really like mine. I don't have that insane amount of fallout that some other people had. I do believe the people. I believe it was a batch issue because it was their first time using an automated press, according to like one of the company's owners. So yeah, I think it was a batch issue. I love these colors. I want to do like 1 or 2 more looks before I decide, but so far the colors I've used, it's been fine. I haven't had any issues. I'm most likely going to keep it, but I'm just waiting to do a few more looks before I get rid of my receipt, only because of the controversy. I would have decided already if it wasn't for all that. But this is another one where I'm glad I tried it for myself and was not influenced by other people, especially because I got it basically for free because I cashed in tons of Ulta points. So that was pretty awesome. The packaging on these gets dirty, but if you really like a shadow, you can look past that kind of thing. At least I can. So, okay, I think now we're moving on to stuff I only have, brands, I mean, that I only have one palette from. You see this a lot on my Instagram too. This is the Dose of Colors Ice Cream palette, and I use it a lot lately, so you can start to see some of that wear. Guys, this is amazing. I didn't think I'd ever own this because they had taken it away, and then Memorial Day weekend, they brought it back. I grabbed one right away, and I got it 20% off, which was awesome. Not every company would let you use a code on limited edition, but they did. Mint chip, this green color. Oh my gosh, that's like everything. But I used basically all the colors. I love it. Even though they said it was the last time, they must have bought a lot of stock because as far as a couple of weeks ago, the last time I was on their site, they still had this. So if you like this and they still have it, grab it because according to them, it's the last time. I know companies change their minds, so we don't know. But I'm telling you, don't miss out if you have any interest because it's one of the best palettes I own. So let's see what else. So I used to have 2 Juvia's Place palettes, but something happened to one of them. So this is the Nubian. These are a lot of like neutral colors, perfect for fall. I got this very cheap off of HauteLook, so that was a good thing. So I really love the Juvia's Place formula. It's so pigmented. So I was sad when something happened to my Masquerade Mini, but I'll probably get another Juvia's Place palette in the future because most of her palettes aren't like this. Most of them are really colorful, so I'll probably pick up another colorful one in the future. So next we have something very cute from Lunatic Cosmetics. We have this. This is actually custom. They have eyeshadow palettes that come in these little coffins with the shades already picked, but I did some custom shades that I thought would look really cute in the fall and around Halloween. I'm really happy with my choices. They're such a cool indie company. If you've never tried them, I highly recommend it. They're a little bit pricey, so I usually wait for them to have sales, but it's totally worth it. And with the sale, it's usually pretty reasonable. And then the outside is kind of like a coffin shape and a Ouija board design. So that's kind of fun. So next we have the Baked and Beautiful palette by BH Cosmetics. So this is another thing I got early on when I didn't have many palettes. And they're all baked shadows. which for a hot minute at the time when I bought this, baked shadows were having their shining moment. But to be honest, I've come to notice that I really don't like baked shadows that much. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these shadows. It's just that the baked don't perform as well as some other types of eyeshadow. So there's just other things I'd rather have. So I'm thinking about decluttering this one to family and friends. Sorry guys, I just have to move my foot real quick. So yeah, I think BH Cosmetics is an awesome company and they have lots of awesome palettes. I just picked like probably one of the weaker performing palettes because it is baked. So next we have the Colourpop Yes Please palette, which is always selling out. It actually just came back in stock today. I hope someone grabbed it if you wanted to. I mean, these colors are beautiful, very pigmented. I love this color Butter Cake right there. Colourpop is stepping up their game. You can get great products for not that much money, which is awesome. And I just think they're so awesome. I did not shop from the brow launch today because I just wasn't ready. But yeah, I love everything I have from Colourpop. And when I do my single shadow video, you'll get to see tons of my Super Shock shadows because I'm really into those. So I highly recommend this palette. They keep bringing it back, so I'm sure you'll have a chance to get it if you did not get it yet. All right, we're getting down towards the end. Not much left to go. So, oh wait, I actually do have two Colourpop palettes. I forgot. Okay, let's see. This one's really only has, why can't I open this? All right, this one only has 4 shades. This is the Steele Colourpop palette. As you can see, that green has made a hot mess. I have not used this in forever. This was actually their first pressed powder palette, so I just grabbed it because like, oh, the first pressed one, let me see. When I first got it, I liked it, but I kind of don't like it now. As you can see, there's a lot of kickback with that green, and it's just nothing special. The pressed shadows in that new palette I just showed you are a million times better. It's not the worst palette in the world or anything. I think because it was their first try, it's not as good as the pressed ones they have now. I have more pressed ones in my Z palette, so that's just my opinion. I'm not hating on them. I think because it was the first one, it just wasn't all that. So I may declutter this in the future. So next we have the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. And these are some pretty awesome colors. Deja Vu and Fetish are both really cool colors, very unique. I like this palette a lot. I used it when I first got it, and I haven't used it in a while though, so I definitely want to take advantage of this in September once the fall starts because it's a really good palette. He has the other one, Beauty Killer. I'm just not attracted to the colors in Beauty Killer. So if you are, I would go for it because I really like the formula. I just don't like those colors. I like these colors a lot better. So I have another baked palette. This is by Laura Geller. And Laura Geller makes really, really nice stuff. I love her highlighters. My mom actually gave this to me. It was just like something my mom randomly had. She shops on QVC and HSN a lot, and they carry Laura Geller, as well as some other cool brands. Like they have Lorac, like they have a lot of cool stuff I've noticed. So yeah, she didn't really want this. It came as part of a set, so she gave it to me. But like I said, baked is not necessarily my thing. So I may give it to my cousin or something because I'm not using it, and I don't want stuff to sit around if I think I'm not going to use it. And then let me just double check that I'm not skipping anything. I think I'm good. My final palette is something you've seen in recent days. My newest palette, the Queen of Hearts by Colored Raine. Colored Raine is a fantastic indie brand. They are so amazing. I love their highlighters. And Jaclyn Hill, who, just in case you don't know, but most people know on YouTube, is like a huge beauty influencer who has Lord knows how many palettes, probably hundreds. And this is like one of her favorite palettes. And I see why. It's just, oh my god, the mattes are really nice. And more importantly for me, these shimmers are like, oh my gosh. You can see there's like already a dip in that one. And I just freaking got it. They're almost like a little bit wet. It's hard to explain. It's a very unique formula. And it just makes your lid like totally shine from like millions of feet away. The 2 times I wore that color, people would stop me and be like, what eyeshadow is that? Because they really liked it. I think I'm going to wear this color when I film for next week, the Noble Woman. But yeah, it's just so gorgeous. So this used to be a limited edition palette, but they finally decided back in May it would be permanent. So I put myself on the pre-order list in May. So I was one of the first people to get it now from those orders. So you can check their website. You might be able to get it now. But if it is sold out, because it's permanent, they will be bringing it back. So you can definitely get your hands on this. And if you're at all attracted to the colors, I highly recommend it. It's just, I actually told them that I love the formula and please don't change it like in your next palette. And they said that they would never change that shimmer formula. They really like it too. And they were glad that I had noticed it. So yeah, it's just really good. Okay, I'll stop rambling about it now. So that is all of my palettes. I hope you enjoyed this video. And let me know in the comments what you think of some of these palettes. Do you own any of them? Do you plan to purchase any of them? And if these palettes are not your style, let me know what some of your favorite palettes are. Maybe I'm missing out on something. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.